Welcome, everybody, to the official European League of Football show. Today with Jadrian Clark, quarterback from the Rhein, as my guest because he became the Chio MVP in Week 11, and he impressed quite a few people with his record-breaking performance in this game against the Rams. But first, we are taking a look at the latest results from Week 11. We saw 6 games again, 2 on Saturday. The Rhein beat the Istanbul Rams with 50-32. And then the Barcelona Dragons won against the Centurions in Cologne with 37-15. And on Sunday, the Sea Devils ran over the Kings with a 49-0 win. And the Thunder won against the Panthers with 29-12. And then our defending champion, the Frankfurt Galaxy, they shattered the Vikings' dream of a perfect season by winning this purple battle with 42-8. And then last but not least, in Austria, the Raiders won against the Surge with 44-3. And after 11 weeks and 9 games played, 7 of our 12 franchises, they are still in the run for the playoffs. Let's show you the picture. There it is. So the Sea Devils and the Vikings are both 8-1, followed by the 7-2 Dragons and the 6-3 Raiders. But the 6-3 Thunder, 5-4 Rhein, and the 6-3 Galaxy won't be given up easily, that's for sure. And all of them, well, they all want to win the championship game in Klagenfurt on September 25th. Everybody out there, go and get your tickets. Come and join us at this great football party. It's going to be a fantastic weekend. And maybe we will see the Chio MVP from Week 11 there, Jadrian Clark, who is joining me now. Hi, Jadrian. Hi. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me. It's great to be here.
Well, and of course, congratulations for becoming the Chio MVP in Week 11. And welcome back to the European League of Football.
Yeah, it's great to be back.
It's great to have you back, that's for sure. And I mean, Chio MVP, not bad, because of 7 passing touchdowns and 485 yards. Well, you set records there, and I would say it's not bad for the 3rd game with the Rhein. How are you feeling in Düsseldorf?
Yeah, I'm feeling great. I mean, obviously, to have a performance like that, it's not just one person. It's a whole team effort. I guess I should start with a few thank yous. Obviously, I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for Coach Tom Sula giving me an opportunity mid-season like this. My old roommate, Nathaniel Robitaille, was the facilitator of all that. I used to play with him back in the day. We were roommates, so it's nice being back with him. I had actually came and visited the guys a few weeks before on one of my bye weeks and got to meet Matt, was impressed with his performance so far in the season, and Roby, saw the way they were living. So it's kind of ironic that I'm here now.
Well, I'm sure Rhein is glad to have you. And many fans will remember you as the Sea Devils quarterback from season 1. Now, the 2nd season started without you, but you've been back in the LF since Week 9 because of Matt Adams' season-ending injury. How did you feel when the Rhein called you?
Yeah, I mean, at first it was kind of a shock. It happened really quickly. Matt is a really good player and a really good guy. He's done an amazing job of bringing me in and helping me along the way. He's done a lot of things behind the scenes to help with some of the video analytics and stuff. And the entire staff here has done an amazing job. Our offensive coordinator has done a good job of working with our quarterback coach and myself and kind of adapting the offense a little bit to my playing style. We've got a great O-line, probably the 2 best tackles in the league. Playing with there gives me some great comfort back there. Got a great O-line coach, really solid up front. And then the receiving core is amazing here. We've got obviously Nathaniel Robitaille, who to me is the best receiver in the league. We got Timothy Knutel, who had an amazing performance. And then we got the young guy, Harlan Kofi, who's definitely getting better every week. And you can see that he's starting to learn what it takes to be a big-time receiver on this stage, so, along with other guys as well. But we've got an amazing group of guys here, amazing group of coaches. Also got an amazing staff. Patricia, our GM, Timur, our director of player personnel, are both great as well. So it's amazing. I love being with the Rhein, and they've done a great job of bringing me into the fold so quickly in the middle of the season.
Yeah, and well, I have some stats here because compared to your first year, you clearly like Düsseldorf and Rhein, because looking at the numbers, you have improved enormously. Passing yards per game, 153.67 in 21, 315.5 in 22. touchdowns per game, 1.6 in season 1 and 3.3 in season 2. Interceptions per game, 1.1 in 21 and 0.6 in 22. Yeah. What are you doing differently in Düsseldorf?
Oh man, I think it's a complete team thing. I don't think those stats are ever just on one person. I think that, like I said, there's so much talent here on the coaching staff and player-wise. They've kind of allowed me to be myself. Coach Tom Sula, one of my first days here, told me he wanted me to be a leader and grab the reins, and he loved how an intensive person I am. I think maybe last year in Hamburg, that maybe just wasn't the right fit, personality and scheme-wise. Nothing against him, nothing against me, but I feel a lot more comfortable here with these guys, and they've done an amazing job of bringing me into the fold, and it's worked well so far. We'll see if we can continue it. We got a huge game coming up this week.
Oh yeah, a huge one. But first, let's speak about Jim. You mentioned him. He's a very experienced football coach. What can you tell us about him? What kind of coach is he?
Oh, he's unbelievable. For me, I've had a lot of people who are intense and can be hard on you. I've had some people that are maybe a little bit nicer. He does a great job of doing both. He knows when to yell at guys, and he knows when to love them up and bring them in. And then obviously he's very knowledgeable about the game as well, being in the NFL for so long, former NFL head coach. So his experience, his knowledge, and then just his people skills is really what I think separates him as a coach. He's just so great with the guys, and everyone will do anything for him. We'll give it our all. So everyone loves playing for Coach Samsula.
I'm sure he likes hearing this. What's the most important thing he has taught you so far?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think when, kind of like I was saying, when to be hard on guys, when to be nice on guys, and it's all about leadership all the time. Character above all else. He cares about the guys. For instance, that with Matt Adams getting injured, a lot of teams would have sent him home. Coach Tom Sewell wasn't going to let that happen. He made sure to take care of him, and Matt's still here. It's still part of the team, still doing amazing things behind the scenes. It's stuff like that that just really reveals the character of your coach, and he's an amazing man, and we follow him all the way.
Yeah. And you personally, I mean, you had a very successful year with the Sea Devils in season 1, and you probably showed your best performance in the championship game. You didn't win this game, but it was an amazing game. How difficult was it for you not to be signed by a team as their starting quarterback in season 2?
Yeah, I mean, to come that close and to fall, it hurt. I can't lie. It was a really tough off season, but thought I was maybe going to get another opportunity there. They decided to go in another direction. Is what it is. I understand it's a business, it's pro sports. That's how it goes. Just thankful for this opportunity that I have now. That's all you can ask for in life is opportunity. And then it's what you do with that opportunity that makes or breaks people. So doing my best every day to be the best player I can be for this organization, best leader I can be, and hopefully get us to the playoffs.
Yeah, well, you're still in the run, and you have clearly taken this opportunity. Great performance so far. When looking back, do you think that this whole situation, did it teach you a lesson?
Yeah, I think the biggest lesson is to never take anything for granted. You never know when your last down is going to be, whether it be through injury, whether it be through not having another opportunity to play, or what it may be. So I'm really, really just cherishing the moment, not focused on anything except for football. That's something Nathaniel Robitaille is great at. He is all in on football all the time. He is the consummate import. That's what they call the Americans over here. And I think I'm trying to be that as much as I can be, just only focused on football 100%.
Yeah. And let's look on the bright side now, because you're back and you're still fighting for a spot in the playoffs. How motivated is the team?
Oh, I mean, we won it. It sucks that we weren't able to pull that game off in Barcelona. That was tough. I'd only been here about a week and a half. We were still getting to know each other, and we had a few turnovers that cost us the game there. So I think if you look back at the season, what led to so much of Rhein Fire's success early is they led the league in turnover margin. And then we went on a little bit of a losing streak there. And I think a big part of that was the turnovers. So offense turning the ball over too much, defense not getting enough turnovers. And then here this last week, we did a little bit better job taking care of the football, still can do better. Defense, Amari made a great interception and got us an opportunity to have some short fields, easy touchdowns. When you play a team like Frankfurt coming up, every possession matters, and taking care of the football is so important. So I think if we can continue to take care of the football on offense and take over the ball on defense, take away the football on defense, we're going to have amazing success the rest of the way.
And the last game against Istanbul in week 11, would you say that this was at least close to a perfect game from you? Perfect performance?
Oh, man, when I watch the film, I still see mistakes. I think that's the beauty of football. I had a coach once tell me, when you play bad or have a bad game, once you watch the film, it's not as bad as you thought. And when you play good, once you watch the game, it wasn't as good as you thought. So after watching the film, I still see some areas of improvement for everyone on the offense, including myself. We can run the ball a little bit better. We can protect a little better. We can throw it better, and we can catch it better. And it's going to take that this week. You can't get too high or too low in this game of football. You'll get humbled really quickly. So although we had a really strong performance last week, we're going to look at the film, find ways to correct it, and then find ways to play even better this week, hopefully.
But out of all 7 passing touchdowns, has there been a favorite one?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Which one?
Big Marvin, our tight end, number 88. Last week at Barcelona, we called the same play, and I looked at him and just didn't get a good feeling, called timeout, checked out of it. This week when Coach called it, I looked at him right before the play, and we just smiled at each other. We knew it'd be a touchdown. I threw it. We didn't quite connect perfectly. He kind of tipped it and then somehow made one of the craziest catches I've ever seen, rumbled to the end zone. And we had our little celebration plan. Some of you guys probably saw that on Instagram or something. And that was just fun. Seeing guys like that who are young guys that have a ton of potential, have some success, and seeing the joy and smiles on everyone's faces, that's what football's all about to me, just having fun and going out and doing awesome stuff like that.
And now week 12, that's going to be a tough one. Your opponent, the Frankfurt Galaxy. I am very sure that you remember them from last year.
Yeah.
And the Galaxy had a hell of a game against the Vienna Vikings on Sunday. Probably their strongest performance in this season so far. How are you guys preparing for this game now?
Yeah, I think Frankfurt is a very hard-nosed, aggressive football team. They've obviously played in a lot of big games. A lot of these guys over the years, they won the championship last year, so they're a prepared team. I think at the start of this year, they maybe had some new guys in some of those positions, especially on defense, that were learning some of the roles. They've kind of come into their own. The linebacking core is playing a lot better. You can watch the tape and see every week they're getting better. So we're going to have to do a really good job of every play executing, having no negative plays. I feel like with our offense and our personnel, a lot of times our opponent isn't the defense, it's ourselves. We're so talented. If we just go out and all 11 people on the field do their job, I don't really care who the other guys on the field are. Nobody can stop us. So for me, the biggest thing versus Barcelona or versus Frankfurt is to have no negative plays. If you watch the Vienna tape, they threw a couple interceptions, had a couple drop balls, penalties left and right. They kind of beat themselves. Frankfurt's a good enough opponent. If you go out there and beat yourself, it'll get ugly really quickly. So, like I said, we just got to go out and every possession, take care of the football, have no negative plays, and we just execute. I feel really, really good about our chances.
Well, that sounds very promising. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be live at the game, and I will watch you. Let's see. It's definitely going to be an exciting one. And Jadrian, I got fan questions for you.
Okay, great.
You're ready. Okay. Which city do you like more, Hamburg or Düsseldorf?
Oh, wow. That's a tough one. They're completely different styles of cities. I'm from Florida and I love the water. So Hamburg to me is amazing, having all the water. It's a really, really big city. But I think what's really unique and cool about Düsseldorf is they have the Altstadt area, and I think Dorf means village in German. It really does feel like a little village once you get in there. So it's kind of nice. Me and some of the guys go to the same restaurants and some of the same areas quite often, and we've gotten to know some of the same people. So that's nice. It's two totally different cities. I think those two plus Munich are probably 3 best cities in all of Germany. So
yes,
I would, yeah, I think
I agree.
Yeah.
And now, what's your favorite place in Düsseldorf?
My favorite place. There's like a little restaurant bar called Boston Bar that is one of our sponsors. Roby, the receiver, he's from Boston, so he's like local.
He's there 24/7.
Yeah,
Not at practice.
it's pretty cool. It's awesome there. It's probably the best sports bar I've seen in all of Europe. The TVs they've got there and the setup, it's really, really high class, and they do an amazing job.
Okay. And how difficult was it to join the team and play a few days later without a real practice?
That was pretty difficult, I'm not gonna lie. Thankfully, I know Hamburg's defense pretty well. I know the players pretty well, so it wasn't a huge shock scheme-wise or player-wise. It's just a lot on my head trying to remember all the words and all the new terms for the plays that we run here in Dusseldorf. So learning the playbook so quickly was hard. But like I said, our OC, gave me cleared a schedule when I got here. We met pretty much every day and found a way to get me up to speed. And we did okay for, only being here a couple of days. Obviously would have liked to have a better performance. And then we got better at Barcelona, and then we got even better at Istanbul. So it was tough, but I think every week we'll just continue to get better.
Yeah. And now, why did you go from the ELF to the GFL and back to the ELF? Well, we kind of talked about it.
Yeah, that's a good question. I think was planning on going back to Hamburg, had an apartment there in Hamburg, was living there kind of year rounds. And then it was kind of shocked to me when they didn't bring me back. So I was just kind of trying to figure out what I was going to do next, and took what opportunity I had. And now I'm here in Rhein Fire, so I'm super excited.
And what are you willing to do to stay with the Rhein Fire?
Ooh. I'm not really thinking about that. I think sort of like we said before, if you're thinking about the past or the future, you have the wrong mindset. Just be present and worry one day at a time and do the best you can. So totally not on my mind at all.
And what's the main difference between the Rhein Fire and the Sea Devils?
Biggest difference? That's a really good question. I guess I haven't even really thought about that much. I would say maybe style of play. I think Hamburg, when I was there last year, we definitely were a pro-style run-first team. And now here, although they kind of were that early on, we've shifted to being more of a spread pass team with still the ability to run. It's not like we're going to abandon the run by any means, but I would say style of play is the biggest difference. And having Nathaniel Robitaille, being back with that guy has been amazing. Andre Botello was my number one guy there last year in Hamburg. He's a great player, had some really good receivers in Hamburg too. But to me, Nathaniel Robitaille is the best receiver in Europe. And as a quarterback, it's great to have a guy that you have so much chemistry with, so much history with, and having him just makes my job easy.
That's good. And now, what pad are you wearing?
So there was a company that reached out to me called 2-in-1 shoulder pads. They sent me some shoulder pads, some really cool technology they got going on there. It's cool. You should check it out. Football players online. It's like a sort of a non-traditional football pad. It's like a mesh shirt with padding and then like a carbon fiber top you put on over it. It's really lightweight and gives you a ton of mobility. It's cool. So I'm wearing those.
Okay. And how is your German?
Nicht schlecht, nicht gut. I don't know. It's getting better. I'm working on it. I try to talk German to the guys, and they always talk English back to me, and they always make fun of my Aussprache, my accent. So but I'm working on it. That's all I can do.
That's good. And last but not least, do you have a message for the Rhein Fire fans?
Man, you guys are unbelievable. My first game there, I was shocked to see the stadium and the crowd and the passion. We got one guy that's got a Rhein Fire tattoo on his neck already. We got guys dressed up with the face paint. It's unbelievable, the crowd we have. So the fans we have. I'm excited for this weekend. I think we've already sold more tickets than any games ever had in attendance. So I think it's going to be a record-breaking attendance. Playing the Frankfurt Galaxy this weekend is going to be nuts.
Big game.
Be there, be loud, be crazy. Maybe don't be so loud when the offense is on the field so that I can communicate a little bit, maybe make some audibles. So, I love the fans. They're amazing.
Thank you so much, Jadrian. Thank you for being on the show today. And, I'll see you Sunday. And best of luck for the game, of course. And for the rest of the season.
I just want to say to the Istanbul Rams that I respect you guys a ton. The way you guys have fought this year, it's unbelievable. You guys got heart. You played through the whistle. Zachary Blair is an unbelievable guy. He stuck it out the whole season through the ups and downs, and got nothing but respect for them.
Yeah. Shout out to the Istanbul Rams. Thank you very much, Jadrian, and see you soon.
Thank you.
And now let's take a look at the games from week 12. We have one game on Saturday. The Surge are traveling all the way to Barcelona, where they will be playing against the Dragons. And then we got 5 games on Sunday. The Sea Devils playing against Berlin. That is going to be a very intense Northern Derby. And then it won't be less exciting in Duisburg when the Galaxy are playing against Rhein, but also the Cologne Centurions are going to play against the Raiders. The Istanbul Rams are fighting against the Vienna Vikings. And then last but not least, the Panthers are meeting up with the Leipzig Kings. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Watch the games. It's going to be a good one. Week 12. And I'll see you again next week. See you soon.